that some cops feel the same way as the protesters.
No, my phone is not. This is a hot mess. Am I good now?
Hi, my name is Ariana, and for today's video, I'm going to be reacting to Why This Will Keep Happening 2020 by Prince Ye. Let's get into the video. I know this is going to be about the BLM movement and how Black Lives Matters. Not saying that only Black Lives Matter, all lives matter, but we're specifically having a movement for the Black lives because we die the most and they seem to not care about us. So with that being said, don't get your pennies in a twist. Thank you. And you can definitely read the warning at the beginning if you want to.
Did you know that barbers need more training hours to start working than police do?
I read about that
That would be funny
on my timeline
if
yesterday.
it wasn't true. Are you stunned? I was. What kind of world do we live in when you need more training time to use a curling iron than to use a gun? 6 years ago, I made a video called Same Story. I mean, the names in the cities changed, but it's the same story. They say he was unarmed, not a gun or a knife, yet the cop felt it right to end his life. That was 6 years ago. And today, it's the same story. I'm no prophet, Nostradamus, nor did I make a gamble. I just know these reruns will keep happening because the world is stuck on the same channel. I don't need to see Annalise and How to Get Away with Murder because cops do that every day.
Yes.
Just think about the countless people who don't make it home, who aren't known because they weren't lucky enough to have those crimes recorded with an iPhone.
Yes.
Listen, we can march, protest, pray, and post, and that's good, we should. But it won't solve this. Racism runs deep. Just Google the dog test. This is gonna keep happening until we realize there's no place for bad apples in a career
in my
that's life or
psychology
death.
class.
Chris Rock said it best. That's like an airline saying some of our pilots like to land,
Isn't
but
that,
some of the bad apples, they like to crash, and that's something we just have to accept. No, so ain't no moving on until we get caring people with quality training wearing these blue uniforms.
That's
Don't
what
you
I'm
get
saying.
it? The country of Finland went from the bottom in education to the top within a few years. Want to know how they did it? They made teaching a prestigious career. They said you have to have a master's degree to be a teacher. Well, we must do the same thing here. Being a cop is not a prestigious career. That's clear, and I don't mean to be a cynic, but a cop told me once that you get Officer of the Month if you write the most tickets. To all the police out there, listen. You have the right to remain silent for 1 minute. Give me your undivided, just for this part. Do not let the metal in that badge block the energy of your heart. I know your world is gloomy. You see people at their ugliest, so I imagine it is hard to see their beauty. The only problem is, this is your duty. You signed up for this job, and out of respect, you do not get to step on the necks, nor the human rights of the people you swore to protect. Liberty and justice for all means every color. There's no escaping it, no running away from it.
Statue of
If a
Liberty in
person's skin is
shame,
seen as a
yo.
weapon, they will always be considered armed and extremely dangerous. So please, be tough on crime, but also be a decent human being. And if you can't, just quit. Because you are not what we need. All we want to do is breathe. And if you still can't empathize, ask yourself this question.
It's been happening for
What if it
so
was you
long.
on the other side?
They act like they can't change. That you can change, you have a choice. All those people. You know how crazy that is? I just want to make sure there's nothing else. Oh my God, go out. You know how crazy it is that we're protesting and like all this crazy stuff is happening. Anonymous, who's exposing the president and other people for their wrongdoings. I forgot to click the thing. Whatever. This is a hot mess anyway. Intro and all. But not the video part. But yeah. Anyways, like, it's crazy how, you know, we've been silent for so long that now we're gonna stand up for ourselves. These days, I don't want to venture outside my house. You know what? Ooh, a burp. Another burp. Excuse me. You know why? It's because, like, what if I walk outside, right? I'm 15 saying this. What if I walk outside my house? Is something gonna happen? Like, I shouldn't have those thoughts at 15. Like, I'm not even out of high school yet. Not even. I haven't learned how to be an adult yet. Not even. Like, it's crazy how it took all these people dying for us to finally be like, yeah, we're finally gonna protest. But there's people that wants to make protesting more than what it is. Like, we're having a peaceful protest, but us being peaceful makes it a riot, right? Okay. Like, we're doing absolutely nothing wrong, and yet they're spraying us with tear gas, having rubber bullets. Like, we can't even have that much. And, like, the military isn't doing anything. National Guard can't do anything. Like, I know for a fact military can't do anything. My dad was in the military. I know the military can't do anything. And then that means the National Guard can't do anything but stand there. Like, they can't shoot at civilians. They can't, like, arm civilians. Their job as the higher ups above the police is to kill and, like, hurt the enemies to our country. Not people, but to our country. There's a big difference from hurting civilians to hurting an enemy of the country instead of civilians of a city. Just saying. And then I saw yesterday the amount of hours police officers like put in to become a police officer versus like all these other jobs. Like teachers, they have to get a master's degree and go through this test before they can become a teacher and get a teaching license that proves they can teach these certain subjects, and then they have to figure out if they are eligible to teach these certain grades. Like, you can teach K through 12, basically kindergarten to high school, and these certain subjects, you gotta get a degree for that and take the test. Or like a hairstylist puts in like 1,000 hours or more. The picture will be here. To become a hairstylist. But police officers take 840 hours. I'll put this here too. If I find the pictures. And then today, I saw on my story. This was I filmed this. I'm filming this video on a Friday. So Saturday when you saw this, me saying today, I mean Friday. But I saw this picture on my Instagram story timeline, whatever, where there's a homeless man in his wheelchair. He can't do anything, and he's old. He's an elderly homeless man in a wheelchair. He didn't do anything wrong, and the police that's supposed to be protecting the civilians shot him with a rubber bullet right in his eye. You know what did? Oh my God! You know what that did to him? That gave him a big injury and probably some brain damage, and he might die because of the rubber bullet. Like, he did nothing wrong but be homeless, where he always has been on his part of the street, where he's been chilling, being homeless at. And it just so happened that he can't be homeless no more. He's part of the protest, but he's literally there in what he would call a home. chilling. Like, he can't do anything. He has a wheelchair. He can't pay for anything. And he's elderly. He's not going that far. Trust. Like, it's like, okay. Do you ever stop to think, wow, this would have happened to one of my family members or myself? But I feel the same way. It is sad that some cops feel the same way as the protesters. But because of the position they're in, they can't do anything. Because they have orders, they don't want to get fired. But they also know that they want to stand up and do something. Like, especially the military. Like, the military, they can't go against their orders at all. Like, if they're given an order to just stand there, they have to stand there. Like, they can kneel a knee. That's good. But they can't march in the protest. They have orders from their boss. And if they don't follow their boss's orders, you know what happens? They get their position taken away from them. And they could potentially not be able to be in the military again. You know how bad that could be? It's like they train so hard to do something that if they go against that order, it all gets taken away from them. But anyways, I think the movement is very great. I'm not participating in the protest, but I support it full-heartedly. Because I'm not trying to die. I'm not trying to get tear gas. I got asthma. If I got tear gas, I would definitely die. Like, I got too many health problems to be worrying about all of that. And I'm not trying to go to a hospital anytime soon. So, I'll be protesting from inside my house. But, the world's going crazy right now. There might be a new strand of COVID-19. COVID-19 2.0 might be coming our way soon. But, hopefully, you know, the civilians can start a rebellion to overthrow the president. Hopefully. And I hope that we don't get another version of COVID-19, because COVID-19 sucks. Like, I already lost somebody in my family to it, but I don't even know them. Never met them before in my life, but we lost them to COVID-19. But, that being said, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Comment down below what I should react to in my next video. And, what's after that? Like, my head hurts. I'm too tired for this right now. Don't forget comment down below what I should react to in my next video. Oh, my Instagram will be in the description box down below, and so my YouNow. I've taken a big break from YouNow. I used to go live every day, but I have not been feeling up to it lately. Anyways, for that being said, don't forget to love yourself, be yourself, deuces.